Thank you for watching today. This is Kinnear. Welcome to another Starfield video. If you need Digipicks to level your security skill, or just to open doors, containers, and terminals, in this video I'll show you the 3 absolute best places to buy Digipicks and do vendor resets on planets with the best local to universal time ratios. If you find waiting in random chairs boring, I'll also show you 18 vendors that consistently carry Digipicks, 3 with the largest supplies in the game. If you're just starting out, this is a great way to visit the major cities and outposts, making future fast travel that much easier. So let's get started. So the first place we're going to go is to Jemison Mercantile. We got 3 here. That's great. They don't usually have a large supply, but they are very consistent and usually have some Digipicks. This is a new character, so I do like to check for things to eat and drink because I am playing with the survival mode settings. Let's go to the well next. There are 2 vendors in the well that sell Digipicks, one of which usually has a larger supply than most other vendors, Apex Electronics.
Just one quiet day. Not too much to...
Sometimes he doesn't have any, but usually he has more than the rest.
Happy to make a deal.
He has 5. That's a good number. It's worth noting that he has a chair here as well, and this is the first of 3 locations where if you want to, you can just sit for 48 hours at a time and wait to reset him. So if you don't want to go anyplace else, you've worked out the Digipick game. Just sit there for 48 hours and keep buying them from the same guy. If you want to see the other 2 and 18 total locations where you can buy Digipicks in the game at any time, the rest of the video will cover that. Let's go to the Trade Authority next. We have to go through a little dialogue with her up front.
Of course, of course.
She has 3 Digipicks. Wonderful. We are not buying Samson's art. That's for a quest that would distract us. And you can get it for free if you're doing the quest.
Trade Authority appreciates your visit.
There are 4 locations in New Atlantis that I like to buy Digipicks. The first was Jemison Mercantile. There are 2 in the well that we've just tried. And the last one is UC Distribution, which is in the commercial district. If you've been to the commercial district already, you can fast travel from here. Otherwise, you may have to go back up to the surface and go to the transport train and go to the commercial district for the first time. Just run down this path to UC Distribution. UC Distribution is hit or miss. Not that long ago, I stopped in and bought 14 Digipicks from this individual. Just as often, she has none.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently... Welcome to UC I have been told. Also, if you're... I hope we have what you need.
She doesn't have any today. We could take a seat and wait for 48 hours. In New Atlantis, it only takes 24 local time hours to get about 48 hours, I believe. But if you find sitting in chairs boring, keep watching the video. Our next location is Gagarin Landing, which is still in the same system.
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. And we're done.
Exit, run straight ahead.
Next instruction is to get infrastructure inventories. Those drops can clean that. Welcome to
Talk to Clint DeHaven. Since this is the first time we've spoken with Clint, we will have an extra dialogue option or 2 in the future. It's a little easier to go straight to buying. He has Digipicks. 3. Excellent. From here we could fast travel to our next destination, but I happen to know there's a magazine nearby that'll give us a 2% bonus on commerce, both selling and buying. Kryx's Journal entry number 5.
Making a new test batch of something.
From here we can fast travel to the Wolf system and a star station called the Den. If this is the first time you've been to the Wolf system, it will just put you near a planet. Open the map again, back out, find the Den, travel to the Den. This star station has a trade authority on board.
Potential collector ship identified.
I'm going to ignore the surveyor ship.
Hailing in progress. Hailing refused. Submission process.
When we get within 500 meters, you can dock. Now, before we talk to the trade authority, there's a bit of a argument happening on board. And there are 2 or 3 NPCs that are otherwise occupied in this argument. We're going to walk right past them and go back to the UC Vanguard barracks, since no one's here, and we're going to open the locker on the left and pick up 2 Digipicks. And before we go out, we're going to take that med pack too. Now we're going to talk to the trade authority.
Stuck out here as I am. So what does that
Not only are we going to buy Digipicks from him if he has them, we're going to launder the stolen items we just took, which means we'll sell them the stolen items, and then we'll go to the buyback menu and buy them right back.
Yes, of course.
He has Digipicks. We got 3 Digipicks from him. Wonderful. We're up to 5 on this station. Let's sell him those 2 Digipicks. We'll go to our aid tab. We'll sell him the med pack. We'll switch back to the buyback. And we'll buy them all back, and now they're clean.
That you have a job to do. I really do. But you need to consider that you don't operate in a vacuum. If you're stationed here long term, that means you're around.
Now we don't want to enter our ship right now. That'll just bring up some additional loading screens, cutscenes. So we can fast travel from here to the Sol system. If this is the first time you've gone to the Sol system, like this new character, we won't have a choice as to where we go in the system yet, but it should take us to Mars by default. And it looks like we need to pass another security scan.
Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. You're clear.
We're going to land at Cydonia. We'll boost over to door number 3. It's the only door I'm aware of. And run inside. There are 3 vendors at Cydonia we're going to check for Digipicks. The Trade Authority, the UC Exchange, and Jane's Goods.
Community center on P1.
What do you mean there's no one?
Trade Authority is to the right.
It's hard.
We'll talk to Manaki.
Yo, hey, what's up? I'm Manaki. Feel free to ask me anything. Cool. That's what we do here.
Wonderful. 3 Digipicks. We'll just cross the hall and go to the UC Exchange.
Come back anytime.
Crime's at an all-time low around Cydonia.
And we'll talk to Dennis.
A lot of good stuff here. Hello.
Mr. Averin, do you have any Digipicks for us?
Provide for everyone here. So please, take a look.
He has no Digipicks. He's hit or miss. He only has a normal amount as well when he does have them. So I don't think I've ever seen him with 10.
Be safe out there.
So our third stop is in the residential district. Let's back up the hallway through this orange door. Cydonia Residential. Just need to run down the stairs. There's only one direction to go. Bottom of the stairs, take a left. Go through the doorway and take another left, and you will see Jane behind the bar. This is Jane's Goods.
Hi, welcome to. I apologize if I'm a little. Sure thing. Take a look.
She does not have any Digipicks. So we're 1 for 3 on Cydonia. So our next stop is still in the Sol system. We're going to go to Titan, the moon of Saturn, and to New Homestead. They will scan us for contraband again. We still do not have contraband, so...
Scan complete. You're clear to land.
Now we can land on New Homestead. This is the first time you've been to New Homestead. That guard will talk to you and we can run inside to the building.
Stay safe. And
It's very cold on New Homestead. They will all tell you how terrible it is if you go outside without your suit. Straight to the back. Jump over the rail if we can. Go down to the door below, or you can take the stairs. We're going to run to the general store.
Very informative.
Or it's just called a store on the left.
Chunks here ran out of special.
We will talk to Jay, Montreal.
Hello there. Oh, nice. I'm Jay. I'm happy. Or if you have any...
Tell me what you're selling, buddy. He has Digipicks, which is wonderful. We're up to 25. I will note that he is also... He doesn't have them right now. He's also sometimes a good source of potatoes. If you decide that you need to buy potatoes in the future for some unknown reason, which I won't mention.
Thanks again.
And the most important thing, and I told you that Apex Electronics in the well is a place you could sit and rest. This place is better. The time difference between one local hour and UT hours is almost 16. So you can sit for 4 hours. We'll just go ahead and do that, which only takes 15 seconds of your time. And over 48 hours will pass and it will reset him as a vendor. This is actually the better of the two places when he has Digipicks.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, kids, little...
New Homestead is a living history exhibit.
If you're looking to trade, I'm happy. Maybe we can make a trade. Assuming you've got something that catches my eye.
Like right now. So I'm actually going to count that as 5. And then if I look at his aid, he has potatoes now too. Again, if at some point in time you decide you need potatoes. We won't get into that now, but you might. From here, we're going to do another jump, except now we're going to go into Freestar Collective space. We're actually going to return to the system Narion, where we started at Vectera, except we're not going to Vectera. We're going to go to the planet Nira. Nira has a location called One-of-a-Kind Salvage. You'll notice we have no one here to scan us in space to see if we're good people or not, or whether we're carrying anything terrible. So we'll just proceed to the surface of Mira. If it were allowed, I would recommend coming here right after we're done on Kreet. But according to Protocol Indigo, we are not allowed to divert from our path. So we'll be back here in all likelihood for a quest if you follow a certain faction quest line. But for right now, we just want Digipicks. Don't worry about the turrets. They will not shoot us. We are friendly. Just go inside and look for a gentleman named Gel. I believe that's short for Angelo, although he will tell us what it's short for. He is usually working on one of these robots. You first meet him.
You looking for advice on heading out into...
Hey! New model on the floor. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind.
Thank you, Gel.
Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Name's Gel. Proprietor.
Let's just call it an impressive place.
Appreciate it. Can I get you started on a tap?
Show me what you have for sale.
Here's what I've got.
He has 9 Digipicks. This is why we come see Gel. That takes us to 36 Digipicks. And I've promised you that, and he has a lot of potatoes too. Again, if you're interested in potatoes, you would probably have to steal them. Maybe you can buy them from him. I'm not going to wait here. This is a 1-to-2 ratio. So this is the equivalent, or pretty close to the same as being on New Atlantis, or in New Atlantis. If you're in New Atlantis, you can get this ratio. So you would wait the full 24 hours and it would reset him as a vendor. We're not going to do that for right now, but the option's there. So now you have 3 resettable vendors. So you can reset him, and he might not have 9 every time, but 9 is a pretty fantastic number. And if you're trying to collect enough to get all your security skill leveled, you could do that. So the next stop we're going to make is in the same system, but it's at a place called the Clinic. The first time you go there, it won't be marked as the Clinic, but it'll be in that location around the planet Dipala. So fly here. And when you get within 500 meters, dock. There's usually only one Digipick here, and you have to steal it, but it is available, and there's a little bit of money nearby. So if you're early in the game, this is a useful stop for those 2 reasons. We're not going to go into that room. We're going to go off to the right, and we're going to open this. Oops. We're going to open both of these. And we're going to take that Digipick, which is theft, but nobody's watching us. We're going to move to this side. And there are 2 credit sticks. And that is not theft, for whatever reason. And we're going to move on. Our next stop is not in Narian. It is in the system next to Narian, Valo. Which if you have not been there, you'll have to jump into the system first.
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space.
This is a Freestar Collective system, and they will scan us.
Scan complete. You're clear to land.
And we are going to go to Hopetown. These are all locations you're going to go to anyway throughout the game, so going here now gets them out of the way and makes it easier to fast travel in the future. If you want to along the way while you're collecting Digipicks, there are a lot of quests and other things to do here. I'm trying to stay focused on the Digipick part of this, just so I can show you how to get a large number of Digipicks quickly without just sitting somewhere and sleeping. It is always an option for you.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
I can hardly believe...
As vital as spaceships are to the settlers,
The Trade Authority is here. We like the Trade Authority.
a marvelous place.
We'll click through this. It's always nice to see the Trade Authority.
So, do you
Let's trade.
literal music?
And he has 4 Digipicks. That isn't... It's a good number for him. That brings us up to 41 Digipicks. We'll also note in the corner, if you have a UC bounty, this is a place to clear your bounty.
If you need anything, just ask for me.
So at this point, we're going to go to Cheyenne and Akila City next. Now this character has been to Akila City before, not doing anything particularly interesting that I recall. And we have arrived at night. So if this is the first time you've come to Akila City, this guard at the end will stop you and you'll have to go through a dialogue where he will tell you about the quest up ahead. You don't have to finish that quest or do it right now, so I'm not going to do it, but you can see the marker is on the marshal. We're just going to ignore him for right now. Let's talk to Emerson Shepard and see if he has any Digipicks. He does. He has 2 Digipicks. And while we're here, we'll see. He also has potatoes, if you like potatoes. When we leave, instead of going to talk to the marshal, we're going to go to the right of the hitching post. Another location we want to have on our fast travel options anyway. The Trade Authority. Good friends at the Trade Authority. Don't seem to be able to reach him. I can't reach him. Up close and personal there, Duncan. Miscellaneous. He has 2 Digipicks as well. Excellent. We were up to a total of 45 Digipicks. Our next destination is in the Volley system. We're going to go to Neon. Now, I can't go directly to Volley. There's an unexplored system in between, so I'm going to have to do a jump. So I'm going to go to Olympus first. We're just going to jump to Olympus, and then we're immediately going to jump to Volley from there. Olympus is usually a fairly safe system. We'll also see a nice point of interest we can look at in the future. Almagest, but we're not going to go there now. A lot going on in Olympus. We're going to go to Volley. And we'll just hit our boosters because it looks fun.
This is Free Star Space.
And they're going to scan us again. Patient. Wait for the scan.
That's all we need.
First time we arrive, we will only have access to Neon. After we land on Neon and we go inside, we'll actually have 2 different landing points in the future. Those will be very useful for a variety of sales and quest activities. Neon itself is a delight. So many fun things to do. You could spend hours just doing quests in Neon. We're going to run straight in through the flashy, bright neon lights. I guess we'll slow down before we run out of breath. Catch our breath. Run a little faster again. We're going to run right past this poor gentleman being hassled. And we're going to take the elevator to Neon Core. This is like a long inside mall. We're going to go to the Trade Authority first. Always a favorite.
Yeah, what?
We have to go through the initial dialogue with Coleman Lang. Good day to you too. Let's cut the BS. I love liberated goods. Let's imply that I'm a thief. That makes him happy. Let's do business. And he has 2 Digipicks.
Done here? Time to move on.
We are going to go next door. Actually, we're going to go the other direction. We're going to take a right out of the Trade Authority, and we are going to go to Newell's Goods over here.
Welcome to Newell's.
We're going to talk to Jim Newell. So Jim has a dialogue Okay, we have to talk. He wants to talk about this guy, Sieghart.
Everyone has a choice. The only way to fight Neon security. Anyway, if you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around.
And I'd like to buy something. Thank you. We can come back and deal with that later. He has 4 Digipicks, which is excellent.
Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Now you can pick up a quest right there if you want to do that while you're doing this, to come down here and have a conversation with the same guy we're about to visit. You'll make some money. I am skipping that deliberately, although if I were not making a video about Digipicks, I would be doing that one. So I highly recommend it.
Supplies for your next expedition in stock. Welcome to Sieghart's Outfitter. I can promise you, I've spent years perfecting, so take your time.
Cydonia is a nice shop.
I have a lot of... Oh, this is a prime spot.
Get it? It's expensive here. We get it, buddy. 6, I don't know how many dialogue options we have to go through. There you go. Show me what you have for sale. He has 2 Digipicks. And there's one more stop in Neon. This is the last stop in our Digipick purchase route. We're going to go next to the Volley Hotel and Enhance and go in between the two to Ebside. We're going to run straight ahead and then take a left and go to Frankie's Grab and Go. There's a little bit of dialogue that we have to get through first.
Is something you need.
Show me your inventory, lady. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So if I look at my inventory right now, I should have 55, 56. One of those is stolen. I have 56 Digipicks from this run. Through the startup sequence at Vectera and on Kreet, I believe you can get somewhere around 14 or 15 Digipicks. You might spend several of those going through Kreet, opening up safes and other things like that. So my total at this point in time, with the 11 that I have back on the ship, is 67 Digipicks. That is more than enough Digipicks to complete all of the security leveling that I would like to do. Now, finding all the locks you need is a little difficult. I have a separate video on leveling lockpicking, and that can get you up to rank level 3 relatively quickly, and now you have more than enough Digipicks to do that. The challenge going from rank 1 to rank 2 is to pick 5 locks, so you need 5 Digipicks at least. To go from rank 2 to rank 3, the challenge is 15 locks, so 15 for a total of 20. To go from rank 3 to rank 4, you would need another 25 lockpicks, so really only 45 total, even with room for mistakes. So there's plenty here. And with that, you should be set for Digipicks. From this point forward, you should just be collecting them as long as you're being careful, picking locks. You'll probably use fewer of them than you collect, and the number that you have on hand will grow over time, and before you know it, you'll have 100 Digipicks, and you won't spend your time sitting and waiting for vendors to refresh. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Remember that perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and get notifications. This is Kinnear, and I'm out of here.